All right, folks, back on the Bossman show, in front of the show, my buddy Kenny Blakeney, the Howard Bison's basketball coach, doing big things out of DC. Coach Blakeney, what's going on in the DMV, man?
What's up, boss man? How's everything, man? Been a minute since we last chatted, but good to be back.
Yeah, summertime. I told you off air, coach, 34 days to my life change again. So I'm enjoying some freedom right now.
Freedom is a good thing on these days, man. I hope everybody's well. I know the COVID and the Delta variant is running rampant a little bit. I hope people are still staying vigilant, washing their hands, masked up, and getting vaccinated, man. So that's help us all remain safe and able to see one another.
No doubt. And coach, let me ask you this. How is your family doing? Your wife and your daughter, how are they doing, man?
Boss man, everybody's good, man. Family's good. Extended family's good. No complaints, man. We've been very lucky, very blessed. Thank you for asking.
No doubt. Well, coach, looking at your roster, man, you got older, man. I see you got a little older here. You got that nice mix of old and new, but you got a lot of grad transfers. Tell us about your roster makeup this year and how you decided to go about it and how that portal really helped you all out there.
Yeah, well, as you say about boss man, we did get a little bit older. We have two guys that I was very fortunate enough to work with and coach at Columbia University when I was an assistant coach there, in Randy Brumont and Ty Bibbs. Both of those young men fit exactly what we needed as we're trying to move the program forward. Being so young as we've been in the past, having guys that have not have a lot of experience, we really feel that those two guys are going to be able to come in and contribute in a way, not only on the court, but in their leadership qualities, off the court, in the apartment, in the cafeteria. We're very grateful for those two guys being here, being Ivy League graduates here at Howard University, man. I think their experience here is going to be extremely, rewarding for them.
Most definitely, coach, as you say, man, having such young guys on your roster, do you feel like you kind of have to start over again? Because I last year was kind of like a wash. So you had year one, and last year happened. So you feel like you kind of start over again, start over fresh once more, coach.
Yeah, I do. I do. It's crazy because when people ask me like how many years have I been there, I don't really count year two as being a year for me being here. Obviously, I know it's on my contract, and we did have a chance to play in 5 games and have some practices, but I really didn't feel like we got a chance to grow the program in a way that I thought we'd have a chance to grow the program. We talked about a number of young guys that we have, and those young guys were able to play in some games. But the big thing that I'm going into this season for me is that we have a group of guys that don't have a lot of experience. We have a lot of guys that have a lot of talent, but it just in terms of game experience, that's something that we lack as a program.
Yeah, and coach, like you said, man, you can only scrimmage against the other so much, and you can still get better. You have to kind of go against other competition and try what you know against somebody else. Because from playing sports, you and I both know this. Playing the same, your guys, you kind of know every guy's tendencies, what they're gonna do, what they're not gonna do. So does it really make you better when you kind of know what they're gonna do anyway? Unless you're just trying to be different. So like you said, you have to actually play some real competition and really see where they stand up against guys from not outside the MEAC and and the MEAC as well.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And that's something that we did in terms of, putting together our schedule this year, especially for our preseason. We have opportunities to either do scrimmages or exhibitions. And we chose, boss man, to do 2 exhibitions. We're going to do one exhibition against Virginia State on October 28th. And then we'll do a second exhibition against Bowie State on November the 1st. And the reason I chose to do exhibitions versus scrimmages is because I'd love our guys to have a chance to play under the lights in jerseys with people in the stand and under the whistle of a referee. And I think playing both of those opponents, both of those teams are extremely well coached. Coach Blow down at Virginia State does a terrific job in the CIAA, and as well as Coach Brooks over at Bowie State. Their teams are, older, they're mature, they play with a chip on their shoulder, and coming in and playing a D1 opponent, which they don't regularly do, every game, I think they're going to have an edge to them that will be really good for our team, especially being young, to go again.
And how was this spring and summer for you guys? I know you had paused after during the spring semester there. So we're getting to work out this summer. How was that seeing your guys kind of get on the court and individually grow their games and also their bodies as well?
Yeah. Well, our spring was a wash. Because of our COVID situation, we had guys, Bossman, that still had some lingering symptoms. So we were able to get a little work in with some individuals, but not like we really wanted to. And then we were able to bring our guys back for the summer. The NCAA allowed us to be able to work with our guys for about 8 weeks this summer. But because of our summer school schedule, we were only able to work with our guys for about 5.5 weeks. So having the guys here, getting them in the gym, having them to work with our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Lucas Lopez, who does a terrific job, just started with us over the summer, was a great intro into kind of the start and the build of what we're trying to do for this year. But still, not having those other 2.5 to 3 weeks, I think we could have gotten more done in that period, in that stretch, if we were able to utilize that. But unfortunately, because of our summer school schedule, we weren't. But our guys have been, working their butts off since we've been back on campus. And we're very excited for the season. Again, I think we've got a team that's pretty talented. We have a team that's long and athletic. Our style of play is going to be a little bit different this year than it has in the past. So, I'm ready to get after it, to be honest with you, Bossman.
And Coach, you mentioned something about the long COVID, and your guys are young. And that's why I want to say to my listeners out here, COVID's real. I don't care. It doesn't care what age you are. Whether you're asymptomatic, there's something going on in your body still. So, and these guys are younger, and they have a long COVID. So I'm just saying to my listeners out here, Coach Blakeney, using this opportunity to say, hey, get vaccinated, because these young men having lingering effects, and they're young and healthy. And this guy, it hurt them that way in a negative way. So it can hurt you too if you're my age, coach's age, or older. You're out here without a vaccine. It could be getting carried by 6, and that's not what you want to have happen to you.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. And with this new Delta variant, it's a different beast. It is attacking people that are vaccinated. Thankfully, from what I understand, with the numbers and the data that's coming from that, the deaths from the vaccination is extremely low, if not even minimum, with patients that have gotten, the people have gotten vaccinated. So the medicine works. Trust the medicine. I know that our whole team is vaccinated, our whole university, everybody that's back here on campus is vaccinated. I feel incredibly safe coming into my workspace, and I know our players and their families feel incredibly safe having them here back on campus with 100% vaccinated people.
Most definitely, Coach. And I'm going to ask you this, man, teaching your players about responsibility and in that way, protecting each other. Because I feel like being vaccinated is showing you are a team player. Because as this example, Cam Newton, starting quarterback for the Patriots, unvaccinated, had a misstep. Now it's out 5 days, affecting his team. So just think how your guys, young men, understood the gravity of this situation. This man's in his 30s, a multimillionaire, made a decision, hurt his team. So I think it's also about teamwork. It's about having a we mentality. It's not just about you. It's protecting somebody else. Because I have asthma. I've told you. And for me, if I get this thing, it could be my last, because I have a lung disease of the lungs, the respiratory system. So for me, I take it like, look, I don't want to take any risk, because if I get there, it'd be bad for me knowing what I have. So that your young men already at this age say, this is something I can do for my team and my coaches and my university, and be okay with it. I think it's commendable of your team, Coach, at such a young age.
Yeah, no, thank you, Bossman. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the opportunity to kind of discuss this a little further. One of the things that we've done is we took our team, we had a great symposium a couple of weeks ago about the difference between the Tuskegee experiment versus being vaccinated. And, we had our whole team there, and they had a chance to sit, and they did a great story on the undefeated on this. And having our guys hear more about the medical part of it, the research that has been done versus probably what they thought in terms of things that they've heard about the Tuskegee experiment, um, gave them a little bit more ease and comfort. I think a lot of our guys last year, boss man, really, had a taste in their mouth, like they lost the season and almost like they wasted time last year, to be quite honest with you. So I don't think that our guys want to have that same feeling. I think they want to do everything they can to try to have a season. I think they also want to do everything they can to try to keep their family and friends safe. They want to go back to normality as much as possible. And they know the only way to be able to do that is to be vaccinated.
Most definitely, coach. I'll be honest with you, coach. For me, I hadn't had a shot since Tennessee State 2005 for meningitis until I got the Pfizer vaccine in March. I hadn't, because I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I don't like needles. I don't like getting my finger pricked or my blood drawn. So for me, I don't like needles. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. But I decided to make a decision. Like, I have asthma. I don't want to die young. I got life to live, hopefully. So I'm gonna go get this jab. That was my process. And when it first got started, coach, this was what bugged me about it. People said, well, black folks can't get the virus, or I said, viruses don't discriminate. It's a virus. It don't care if you black, white, green, red, purple. It don't care. Viruses don't. It's what I was trying to vector to spread itself. It don't care about. So I feel like it got started on the wrong foot with this misinformation on social media. But black folks can't get the coronavirus. Black, we exempt from. Like, really? Y'all don't know how science works? So it's like a lot of this stuff is out here, coach. Is like it's common sense. I'm no scientist, coach. I just applied common sense to figure out, no, it's not true, because viruses don't care what color you are, or that's what's a live vector to do what it does.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I'll just tell you my story with the Bossman. During the season last year, we were required to get COVID tested 3 times a week. And when I saw that the Howard Hospital was starting to begin the vaccination process, I would stop by the vaccination room 3 times a week and would ask if anybody missed their appointment, if there's a slot available, can I please have that slot? And I was very lucky and fortunate on a day that the weather was a little incumbent, and some people had missed their appointment and they were able to get me in on that day. So I was trying to get vaccinated from day one, because I really feel like, I want to live. And if trying to live is better, I think trying to live is a better option than not trying to live. I trust the medicine. I've done my research. I've read the appropriate, documentations that talk about this situation, and did my own homework, and just feel like this is the best thing for me, for my family, to both remain safe and for us to all be together. I love my mom. My mom's 78 years old. She went out and got vaccinated, and that's saying a lot for a lady that was born in Jefferson, South Carolina, where she grew up, not understanding, having a history of maybe what she thought was a little bit different than the actual medicine and data that we are having and we have at our access right now. I was so proud of my mom to be able to go out and get vaccinated, and it was kind of shocked, because knowing the history of the Tuskegee Airmen and everything that had gone on with that, I just was very happy and excited, and loved the fact that she was trying to live and trying to be with her family and her kids and her grandkids, to take that shot. So, everybody in my family has gotten it, of the appropriate age. So, and everybody's been healthy. Nobody has been able to catch the new Delta virus variant, but we all are staying vigilant. We're all still, wear our masks, and we're trying to stay as healthy as possible.
Most definitely, coach. It's came to my mind. I know he's on your faculty there at Howard. Chef Dr. Greg Carr, come talk to your team, man.
I will definitely write that down and do that.
That dude is amazing. He's a Tennessee State grad. He he went there before I was born. He graduated the year I was born. But he's a great man, like Coach Perrier, man. So he's in African studies. He also does teach at the law school, but you can see his videos on YouTube, and their brother is sharp, man. He makes me proud. He's also TSU Tiger the way I am. So it's like, had to have that guy come talk to your team, he would definitely inspire them in ways that you don't know how, man, Coach.
I will definitely do that, and thank you for letting me know. I really appreciate it because I love having our guys. One thing I said to them yesterday is that our basketball court, and our basketball team it's a classroom. And you have your academic side of your experience, but you also have a basketball side of your experience. And while you're here, it's my job as the head coach and our staff to prepare you as much as we can for the real world. So we utilize and we talk about, our basketball side of the campus as being a part of your extended academic experience here at Howard. I consider myself a teacher, and to have that piece of knowledge to be able to bring in somebody that can communicate with our guys in a way to give them a broader, wider experience at this university is certainly something I'm willing to do and will reach out to.
Most definitely, coaching for me, like I told you before, for me, going to basketball camp at Tennessee State and meeting Frankie Allen, Anthony Mason, Carlos Rogers, it changed my life because, I'm a little kid from the hood of Atlanta, Coach. And these guys embraced me in Nashville as a little kid. I ended up going to school there because I was 4 years old, changed my mindset, been in King's little den over Tennessee State University, but basketball camp, ended up going to school there. So that's how coach is going to affect you because Coach Allen's staff, I talk to those guys to this day. And I've met me when I was 4 years old. So as I think Coach Allen went to UMES and coached all those games, and that's the first experience I got dealing with an actual coach. And LC Cole, Johnny Cole, and Rod Reed, when the football came to Tennessee State, ended up being on staff when I was there. So it's like, for me, having a coach who cares about me as a person and wants to expand my horizons and show me more than just the sport I play, helped make me a better man I am today, have me have the show I have today. Because all these people helped me become who I am, the man I am today, Coach. So have a guy like yourself, for your guys at Howard, blessed and lucky to have a man like you in that position to help them for a lifetime, Coach.
Well, Bossman, I appreciate those kind words, and they do mean a lot. And this responsibility for me as the coach at Howard, I don't take lightly. We're part of a campus that is one of the most historically traditional, strong academic campuses in the country. Being ranked number 80 right now in the country academically by the U.S. News World Report. Our president, Dr. Wayne Frederick, our AD, Mr. Kerry Davis, those guys have poured so much into trying to build this place up that all the alums and the people in Washington, D.C. and all over the world that, really kind of understand what Howard, the values of Howard mean, should be proud of. And, the responsibility of head coach, man, is something that is truly something that is flattering to me. I grew up here in this city in Washington, D.C., and if I can affect and touch any of the youth here to inspire them to continue through school and do well in school academically, but also matriculate in a way where their path is now leading to college, that is a responsibility, like I said, I don't take lightly. And I look forward to, being able to be out in the community, when it's safe enough to be able to do those things. One of the things we do is we like to give back as a program. So, we'd love to mentor kids. We'd love to get out at schools. One of the things we wanted to do is get over to the Children's Hospital and just be able to touch the kids in the Children's Cancer Ward area. So it's a big part of who we are as a program and what I believe in. But thank you for recognizing that and talking about that, because coaches do, like Coach Frankie Allen, they play an incredible important part in a child's development.
And Coach, seeing Will Jones at A&T, who was a GA when I was there at Tennessee State, when I was there, seeing him have a job at A&T. Penny Collins, who I knew at Belmont when I was in Nashville during that time at Tennessee State. Seeing Solomon Bossman at Pine Bluff and Landon Bussey, who I'm slightly older than, but they are head coaches. Coaching the swag. So it's like seeing guys who I've known for years, like, wow, like I got a radio show I had for 10 years. So it's like we're all successful. And one of my guys, Anthony Levine, still in the NFL with the Ravens, number 41. So it's like we all took our paths and doing our thing. And so it's like it's so refreshing to see how guys who you knew when you wasn't knowing you were nobody. Now that we all somebody now. It's so amazing to see our growth.
No doubt. And I got a chance to connect with Coach Penny down at TSU and Coach Will Jones. And, Coach Penny was one of the first people to reach out to me. He didn't even have my number. He tracked me down, found my number, reached out to me and congratulated us and our staff when we got McCord Maker. And to see all the work that Coach Will Jones has done with some of the things behind the scenes that nobody knows about over the last year and a half, Coach Will Jones has been one of the guys that has connected every Black Division I head coach in the country, where we have monthly meetings and we talk about things that, maybe only, there's a handful of us. And when I say a handful of us, maybe 100 of us in the country go through. So he has been instrumental in that. I love what Coach Penny has done down there in recruiting and bringing some terrific recognition to TSU University and also his program. I know both of those young brothers are going to be extremely successful and do a great job. And names that your broadcast audience should know and the national audience should know.
Most definitely. Coach Blakeney, I love that talk to you. We talk about anything. It's not just basketball we talk to each other. So I love our chats. It's not just basketball. It's always more than basketball. So I love it, Coach. And, I always enjoy our friendship, enjoy our chats, man. And I hope to see you real soon. Like I told you out there, I'm going to make my way up to D.C. I have to do it the roundabout way now, but I'll make it happen, Coach, for sure. That's what I want to do for sure, man.
Bossman, I told you, homecoming, man, October 23rd. Football game against Norfolk State. We have a lead up that week from the 18th to the 23rd, a lot of different events, from the fashion show to the step show to the football game to, being out on the Yard Fest to, the Sunday event. 2 years ago, we had Kanye West here for Sunday service. So if you can make it up anytime between October 18th through the 23rd, more than invited, man. This place, we're family. You're an HBCU brother. You're at home here. We'd love to have you.
No doubt. Coach Blake, thank you for your time today, brother. And you be safe, man. I'll let you know. We got to look at the Atlanta Hawks skills, and I'll let you know about it. And I'll give you the deets for sure, my brother.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, boss, man. You take care, man.
Anytime,
Stay
Coach.
well.
Thank you, brother.